right, guys, this is what we're working with tonight. I was thinking on your baritone, man, we've got the analog flanger, the Aurora from Spaceman, and it does have an expression input, so you could sweep the LFO if you want, you know, get some metallic swoosh. The Pretty Bird Woman vibrato chorus, and I think I was telling you, it's like hold this and you can go to chorus mode, vibrato mode, you'll hear it like swap, and then otherwise it's a depth control. The Mercy clean boost, so this is gonna be handy to have. The Diving Bell from Retroactive, which is a lo-fi delay, does some weirder stuff too. Then the Benson Germanium Fuzz, which is self-biased, so it made like a bunch of buzz when it came out thing. Hey! Hey, Sarah!
Hi!
Hey! Hello. So good to see you. You know Tim and Michael, obviously.
Hello.
Yeah.
When building this project, I think he was looking for something unique and a bit different than you know, the other episodes. I'm a folk musician and using pedals isn't really in my wheelhouse. And so I think he just kind of wanted to mash up those two worlds and see what would happen. And instantly I was just like, yes, whatever you're doing, I want to be a part of it. I'm always open to other, you know, musicians bringing in their ideas, and I listen to, you know, music across the board. So having all these other musicians with all of their ideas, and I know it's going to sound so much bigger than anything I could ever imagine. So I hope it sounds like you're seeing a UFO for the first time. That's kind of
I love that.
Let's make some noise.
Here we are, it's session number 7, and we tried something a little different this time, a bonus episode in a way. Players Tim Marchand, Michael Cole, John Madere, and Ben Livingston joined in to tackle a song by New Orleans songwriter Sarah Burke. Sarah is an incredibly gifted musician, singer, and writer, and I asked her at the beginning of planning this series if she might be willing to let us transform and rearrange one of her acoustic folk songs with pedals, effects, and full instrumentation. I wanted to see what kind of reimagining we could come up with inspired by the sounds of this week's gear. For my pedal board, I assembled a super unique group of pedals: the Ground Effects Boneflower for light drive and character, Old Blood Noise XS for its brilliant modulation and distortion on bigger moments in the song, the Ranger Effects Drone Ranger to use as a bass synth since we had no bassist this session, the Mataverse Inflection Point for tremolo and vibrato, and of course the CXM 1978 as my main reverb. This is definitely the least dirt-heavy song we've worked on so far.
All right, let's roll. Down there. So now let's see what this guy does. You're watching me learn this pedal in real time. Let's see. I hear it doing some weird chirping and stuff.
Would you
Mix
say,
his way down.
Would you say you're trying to make some?
Yeah, I'm trying to make some noise, man. Like, you know, they said let's make noise, so here we are. So I kind of like try to give this like the hardest attack that I'm going to give it, see how much reduction I'm giving it, and then just kind of reduce the input until it's a little more subtle. Subtlety is the trick for me.
Working out the arrangements for Sarah's song was a new and much easier experience than with my songs in the previous sessions, because the structure was already written and established. We just had to develop how we would enhance and modify and color certain elements and sections.
You can count it in 6/8, or you can count it, the way I wrote it out is just in quarter beats, slow quarter beats. So normal measures of like 4, right? And then later on have some really big moments pop
So
up.
build up from the top to the verse, drop for the verse.
That's the idea, but we got to talk about how we want to do it, because she does have her little 4 measures of intro. Do we want to build up with her there, or do we want to?
We could build up with the intro and then cut out for the verse and continue that thing for this one.
Well, maybe John could start with his drone, and then you come in with that finger plucking, and when she hits the, we come in, and we can kind of maybe build it up just a little bit. So I was thinking like cymbal wash kind of thing, you know, that we could like catch the cymbals. It's not going to be very long. It's just going to be over 2 measures of 5/4 and then 2 measures of 4, which I'm calling the pre-verse right here. And this would be the pre-verse, what I'm calling the pre-verse. That was the measure of 5. All right, y'all want to try that out?
Yeah.
One last thing real quick. So we had talked about mallets, and I think mallets would be great for the intro, but I would...
Click.
That's the tempo.
Just one click.
Did everybody get that tempo?
That's the time signature. It's in 1.
Michael, should we just do it on the last round of the verse? Since we need one round to kind of build, another round for us to come in, and then... So I thought you meant da-da-da, cut back to... Okay. So that
works too.
But it does cut back. It's just the drums.
No,
I should have practiced in the recording video.
By the way, that was the whole song.
But then the ending, it's like kind of halftime. It's like, and all I saw was your
But that's all we need to do. She needs to have that intimate moment right there, you know?
Yeah.
Now there is one other distinction about this breakdown, which was that it was one round longer.
Yes.
Okay, so that's staying.
So, yes, and the difference is, for the first one, because it's coming out of and we're going to build it up. So it's almost like how the verse is. And I'm playing the same. I'm looking at it.
That's perfect.
I'm sorry, I'm getting so excited every time. It's like, it sounds so good.
Is that what you need?
Works. Yeah. That's cool. Follow your polka.
What?
I asked John to bring in his Teenage Engineering OP1 synth, and we tossed him the Zoya to see what he would make of it as well, along with the Walrus M1 for modulation in space. The land mixer from Land Devices returned, and it's been essential still for everything that we need to route.
All right, John. So you got kind of a little tricky setup here, but I think this pedal that came out last year solves a lot of our problems. Old Blood Noise split meld splits a TRS cable into 2 separate mono cables, so we kind of get like a split stereo signal that we can then go out of into our stereo pedals, which is really cool because John's going to play out of the OP1 and he's going to be outputting the stereo sound. So instead of us just getting a mono signal path through pedals that really sound better in full stereo like the Zoya and the M1, we can now split out.
So I'm running everything into it. I have the 2 channels here for the Zoya. We're going to set the same thing up for the OP1 setup. I have a patch that I wrote for the Zoya that has some drones. I've got like a lower octave type sound. It's going to be matching the chord progression, some upper stuff, so I can have some cool pads and things like that just to fit this tune, kind of give the like little atmospheric vibe.
I feel like I'm in the Scorpion King from 2001 right now.
This is better graphics than that.
Can you do that again?
Yes. We need a CGI rock.
You don't need a CGI rock, baby. I'm right here.
We were able to use the Zoya both as a big reverb and as a playable droning synth by the end. For Sarah, we kept her acoustic dry for the performance and DI capture, but that was mainly so we could hear all of her parts and movements articulated without distraction, and I reamped her acoustic later through the Drone Ranger's delay section and the Excesses chorus. Tim's tone centered around the retroactive diving bell delay. It paired perfectly with his light-handed playing style and fit the haunting qualities of the song, along with the Benson Germanium fuzz and Cytec Nursey boost for the bigger movements. Michael and I showed up both with baritones somehow, and we decided in the end to just revel in the deepness for this session, but I wanted us to have very different tonalities, so I doused him in modulation with the native audio, Pretty Bird Woman chorus vibrato, and the Spaceman Aurora flanger. The Stone Deaf PDF-2 made a reappearance as a staple boost preamp. Michael rocked metallic watery sounds all night.
Not trying to be mean, just asking for truth. I was such a young girl, you were so uncool. I was naive and you so easily deceived. I'm telling you now that that is why I had to leave.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. We certainly had a lot of fun bringing in Sarah Burke with her talent and her original piece, and kind of a bonus episode, if you will. We'll be getting back to our songs on the record for the series next week. Anyway, of course, you're ready for me to get to the giveaway, so let's do it. The native audio Pretty Bird Woman chorus is going home too. This Cytec Devices Nursey booster, going to. The Retroactive Pedals Diving Bell Lo-Fi Delay. This gorgeous custom aluminum etched pickguard from Indra Guitars for an 11-hole Stratocaster, going to. A $75 Little Box Effects gift card is going to. And finally, the grand prize winner of episode 7, round 7. All I have to say is, wow. Congratulations, my friend. This is quite a haul. CXM 1978 from Chase Bliss and Maris. The Ground Effects Bone Flower. The Matoverse Inflection Point Tremolo Vibrato. The Old Blood Noise Endeavors XSV2. And the Ranger Effects Drone Ranger. Along with, of course, this awesome Revelation Cable instrument cable. A set of Disaster Area Designs Evo solderless patch cables. Jack's DC7 power supply. A Pedal Train Novo 24 pedal board with a gig bag. A $75 gift card to Circle's Drum Samples. And of course, a year membership to Persona Sphere, where you can download Studio One and all of their software and plugins so that you have all the tools that you need to get out there and make your own music if you aren't already. As always, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in and for the community support and all the outreach and help with this series. Thank you, everyone on my local crew, from the engineers to the musicians that came on the show. Thank you, Sarah Burke, for coming and bringing in your talent and your awesome song to the episode. And of course, thank you to all the builders and the companies that are working with us to make this series happen. We couldn't be doing this without you. So, until next episode, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. I'll see you guys on the other side in episode 8. Take care.
First name rock and the last name rings. On the big balls friends and the soft stuff smooths. I admit that your will is strong like stone, but my will is the wind and I will erode. My footsteps make the landscape crumble. Wake from slumber, make an earthquake rumble. I brush my teeth in the jungle, living in dimensions outside of your humble dominion. Uninformed and you form your opinion. Nothing there for me to chew on, no Slim Jim. A mind that stagnates, produces a henchman.
I roll it dope and smoke so much I choke and choke. I love the jokes with my folks. Workaholic and the boy you broke. I roll behind my desk so slow and little. See how every day you grow. I got it for the low.
How juicy was it?
I feel fantastic and very good inside.
Furthermore, you know, I feel good that Tim feels fantastic.
If Tim's feeling good, it's a good night, dude.
Yeah.
Usually he's feeling better.
If everybody's feeling fantastic, then it's a good thing. Generally speaking.
No, that was nice. That was good.